on this episode of Bot versus Con.
Some slightly different hue of a blue or some slightly different hue of a purple or something like that. If we ever talked about doing something backwards, this is the epitome of that. It looks fine, I guess, but it doesn't make me like, oh, I gotta go pick this up right now. Can't wait.
You can have a completely new figure, which I believe some people are probably going to do.
Yes.
Looking at you.
I saw these and I needed to phone a friend.
I will wait though until 2031 when Fans Hobby makes their Armada Wheeljack.
Yeah, alt mode looks amazing. I did think about it.
Closer. So I hope you're ready.
I'm not. I'm not ready. Well, you can see the transparent windows too.
You can.
Yeah, there's 6 spots. There's 6 spots on this. So,
well, there's 6 spots on both of them. Welcome back, Transformers fans, to another thrilling episode of Bot vs. Con. As always, I'm James the Con.
And I'm Bobby the Bot.
And we're here with a thrilling round of news. As you can see, I'm still setting up, so hopefully sometime soon you'll see these shelves full of figures. I know Anakin over there is very excited to see that. We also want to give a big shout out to the Chosen Prime for sponsoring our show. We really appreciate it. Go check them out for a lot of the stuff we're going to be talking about on this episode. And we also want to give a big shout out to our members. Thank you so much for joining us on this journey. And we will be having a live this Sunday at 4 p.m. Pacific, 7 p.m. Eastern. That is a little bit later, but it's the only time we could kind of slot in. Let us know if you want it later than that. I don't think we could do before, but we might be able to fit in something later if it works for you guys. Also, if you're just a sub, we really appreciate it as well. And thank you for everybody watching. We have seen our views go up a little bit, so we really thank everybody for that. With all that mushy stuff out of the way, let's just get into some toy news. Yeah, exactly. And I guess we're starting it off at a kind of middle ground. Not amazing, not great, but I think Bobby's going to be excited about this. So I guess that's always a plus. And that is the MakeToys WhiteWash repaint Black Friday exclusive, I guess. So they're going to be doing it. I'm assuming it's going to be out on Black Friday. Right now, it's only TF Source VIP, which I'm sure Bobby bought just to get this figure. And let's talk about this really quick. Before we get into the figure itself, you can see WhiteWash, which was formerly known as something I'm not going to say because of the algorithm. I don't know if it's going to catch it. And
I can't even see it, so I'm mad.
We could talk off air. Anyways, I still find it crazy. They're taking the names straight off of this thing. I feel like the artist needs to get like 10% commission or something for this because this is crazy. What are your thoughts on all of these?
I wonder if the artist is part of the group. And
I don't know when this came out. This could have came out 10, 15 years ago.
And yeah, they could have, been working with them. I'll say this. I'm glad they have gone to a different color way.
We didn't get John next to Paul or something.
Yeah, or Wingnut or Breathtaker. I wanted to see some different colors. It would have been nice to get a cone head possibly, but this is definitely different than what we've been getting.
Yeah, and so I'm happy that they did that too. I wish they did another color though, because this is called the Colorverse. And right now we have 3 or 4 colors? There's no red. There's no orange. Well, I guess Tangerine Swarm.
Tangerine.
There's no pink, so it's kind of all over the place. But we can talk about the figure itself. The first thing I noticed was the head. It is not fixed. I believe the original Meteor did not have this head. I don't know where this head came from, but the color scheme, I actually like it. I think it's interesting. It's different. I don't think there's a Black Seeker. I think it's called Black Death, and he's all black, and that's like a fan thing. So I think this is really cool. What do you think, Bobby?
I like it a lot.
Really?
I do. I don't like the head, but the color stands out. Again, it's something. It's not a some slightly different hue of a blue or some slightly different hue of a purple or something like that. It literally stands out, and it looks like one of the aerial bots.
That's what I was thinking. It looks exactly like an aerial bot. Which one is it?
Is it Air Raid?
I don't. Their names always escape me.
Yeah.
We know which one we're talking about.
Yeah.
It just needs a white chest, and it would look exactly like an aerial bot. Which is why I wish that, like, instead of red, it was a different color, like maybe purple or yellow or something, just to give it that a little bit of a distinction from an aerial bot.
I was looking over to the side because I think the wings on Air Raid were yellow. The stripes on it were yellow. So,
well, those were the lightning bolts, but there's one that was completely black, right?
Yeah, the jet was black, but I mean it actually had yellow.
Yeah, yellow stripes. Oh, okay. Well, then color me wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think this is better than the other ones. I will give it that much.
It looks, even though we know it's not a new mold, it looks like a new mold. Just because the colors are, so different. Again, it's and they painted the eyes. So,
that's something I was gonna talk about. I wonder if they heard us talking about those eyes.
Yeah.
Because I don't understand why they wouldn't do it for the other ones. Even though some of the comments on this post were funny. Like, please just stop.
Yeah.
BS, literally BS with a whole bunch of exclamation marks. But I think this one is the best one. If I remember right, somebody said that this was the last one that they were doing for the Colorverse line. So maybe they'll start, Coneverse after that and have a whole bunch of Conehead repaints. Who knows? But the jet mode looks so much like an aerial bot. It's not even funny. But it looks great. I think this is one of the better Colorverse figures, if not the best one.
I really, really like it. In the color scheme wise, I really like this. It looks very good. Again, I know what the mold is and its flaws and things. This one looks good.
Yeah, I agree. Now the question is will you be picking this up?
I think so.
I think honestly this could have been the ugliest color in the world and you pick it up just to have it with your Skittles. I think that if you give it one of those heads from New Supply, like the skull head or something,
stay tuned.
This would be really cool. I won't be picking this up. It's not enough for me. And they say it's limited to 200. Who knows about that? But it's also $160 with no accessories. I think we got Slipstream for the same price, and it came with everything you would want with a Seeker. So they can do it. They're just choosing not to anymore.
Yeah, they gave up the accessories for the package.
And I would have done it the other way around.
And it's not a good package.
It's a cool package.
When we
in
first
concept, it's really cool.
Yeah.
In execution, not the best.
Now this is what would have been really cool. It came with the stand. Like, one of the things about the packaging is that it's kind of floppy in the packaging. They have a stand that they used to have. They could actually had it on the stand, had it attached to the stand. The accessories, click underneath, and that would have been the way to do it. But again, I guess they took a page out of Hasbro's book and cut corners a little bit.
Well, let's talk about Hasbro cutting corners. That's a great segue. Thank you.
I didn't mean to do that.
Hasbro is stopping financing any movie products. So I guess they said TF1 underperformed what they were expecting, and the CEO, Chris Cox, yes, that is his name, I am not making a joke, says that they're going to be investing in gaming instead of movies focusing on digital collectability. Don't know what that means. So, yeah, I don't. This is going to be very interesting. What it is moving forward. I think Transformers 1 was probably, like we've talked about, the best Transformers movie to come out in a decade, if not more. And it's sad to hear this because I think a second one would have done good. Balt Matrix, who we saw at TFCon, said that they fumbled the marketing. If they didn't fumble the marketing, it probably would have done a lot better than a lot of the other movies, the Transformers movies that have been coming out. In my opinion, but what do I know? I'm not a marketing person.
Yeah. I mean, it's sad to say that it took however many bad movies for them to come up with a good movie. And for them to come up with a good movie and say, yeah, we're not going to do this anymore.
Yeah.
Like...
Great way to put it.
That's if we ever talked about doing something backwards, this is the epitome of that. Yeah. You put so much money into these movies that haven't been... And I've talked to people of all ages and of all... lines of liking Transformers, and everyone said TF1 was good.
Yeah.
I don't know anybody who... I actually haven't talked to anybody who said TF1 wasn't good. There may have been somebody who said it wasn't as good as people have made it sound like, but they still said it was a good movie. For this to happen, it's... and then what does that mean exactly? Does that mean that they'll allow Paramount or somebody else to run with it, and Hasbro is just like, okay, we're gonna back off, which might be a good thing. I don't know.
But it could also be a bad thing if they're not going to be connected to the toys. They could steer more into Rise of the Beasts area with making something crazy that doesn't make sense to us as fans, because that's what Hollywood wants. Because let's be honest, Hollywood doesn't care what we want. They don't care even what the people watching the movies want. They want to just make money, and usually by deceiving people. So it's really a double-ended sword. And I'm curious about this video games, because if they make some superb video games, single-player, story-driven, movie-like video games, this could be great. Honestly, they could do a great job with it. But I'm thinking they're going to be doing more of the schlock that we've been seeing, the Fortnite redos, that type of stuff, even though those things are going downhill. I hope not, but I'm hoping we get some more like Fall of Cybertron type of games. And I think that would bring you back into playing games a little bit more if there was a really good story-driven Transformers game.
I mean, give me a fighting Transformers game, and I'll...
Oh, that would be... That's my dream. Right?
Yeah, that's where it would have to go for me. I just don't have time to be in a story game. I think the last one I did was Spider-Man Morales, which was fun and everything, but I just haven't been able to sit down and spend that much time. But you
have to for the show.
Yeah, exactly. So, but again, I'm hoping that DVD sales or digital sales, help TF1, and that somebody else kind of picks it up, or maybe it doesn't go to the movie theater. Maybe it goes straight to digital.
If it does that, you won't get the voice actors, I think, which is fine to me. I mean, yeah. I don't think having the AAA actors did anything positive for the movie.
Yeah, I honestly don't think the actors. I agree. I don't think the actors made it or took away from. I don't think
it was good. They were good. They did the roles well, but it wasn't like, wow, that's so cool. It was like, okay, it could have been anybody.
Yeah, hell, cast me. I'll do it.
Yeah, me too. I'll be Megatron.
My prices. I'll charge, $15, $20 less than what Chris did. Chris Hemsworth.
Same. So let's move on to some leaks and getting some fun stuff. And now we have a few images of the Age of Prime's Voyager Prima. So let's take these bit by bit. What are you thinking about this bot mode now that it is? I think it's painted. They just ripped off the head. I don't know why. What do you think about this?
Maybe they're still working on the head, so that's, you know.
If they already got the body, they're not working on the head. I think the person probably ripped off the head so they don't get in trouble.
Yeah, or the details of, I don't. Okay, yeah.
Who knows? Who knows?
I don't know I still don't know what I'm looking at per se. So the second picture, I was just like, oh, Omega Supreme, you know, or you know, a throwback GoBot, you know. But yeah, I guess it's functional. Yeah, I need to see the finished product. I need to see what it looks like. My imagination doesn't work that way. I need to see, you know, I actually need to see it with the head. I actually need to see, you know, what it looks like, what it's supposed to look like. I know a couple weeks ago when we talked about it, you put a picture up and it doesn't look like that picture, you know, by any means. But, you know, what accessories does it come with to make it maybe look closer to that picture? Or, you know, what are they trying to get out of that character? What does the alt mode look like? Again, it could be some Cybertronian vehicle or whatever.
We have an alt mode picture coming up.
So yeah, you know, and I've seen that, but I don't know what I'm supposed to be looking at. So I guess the color, like going based off the colors, the shoulder, you know, accessories, it looks fine, I guess, but it doesn't like make me like, oh, I gotta go pick this up right now. Can't wait.
Well, of course, nothing does that unless it's G1 for you. For me, my imagination does work that way. So I can see this is a very well proportioned bot mode. The arms and the legs and everything look like they're in a good proportion. They're not too long, not too short. I actually really think this bot mode works well. The kibble is a lot on the back, but you can't really see it from the front. So I don't know if they ripped it off or what, because it doesn't look like it's on there. I like that the wheels hide in the back of the legs. I think that's really cool, and they're just not hanging off the side and it's empty. I think this figure has a lot of great qualities, and one, I want to see who it's going to be turned into. Versus other than Prima, because like somebody at TFCon, I forget who the panelist said, they always know who they're going to repaint somebody into, which I think they've done that for decades. And here's the alt mode. Not a very good picture, but it really reminds me of Wheeljack. The Cybertronian Wheeljack, at least from this angle. I do think he folds up rather well. Not much going on the bottom, which is cool. You do see like the crotch piece and whatnot, but honestly, it's pretty convincing. I'm very interested in this figure. I think this is going to be a good one. Yeah, we'll see. This whole line, this whole Age of Prime's line has seemed to be like one or two steps up from what we saw with Legacy, and I'm excited for that.
Well, something I didn't notice until you were talking about it, and I actually then looked. I'm seeing the peg where the ball where the head's supposed to be on, in the alt mode, right under the right in between the front tires. You see so I'm wondering if the head is going to.
I'm gonna go back one. No.
Yeah.
Oh, right there. Okay,
yeah.
I do see it. Yeah, I see what you're saying. It'll probably just hang out there.
Yeah, so I'm hoping that it maybe tucks under a flap or something like that. But
that could also be a concave, and we just can't tell in this angle.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So, and I just thought about that when you were talking about it cleans up well underneath. All you see is the crotch plate. It looks like you'll see a head.
Yeah, so there might be a head there. You're right.
Yeah.
You're right.
But yeah, I mean, I definitely see the Wheeljack reference there. It looks like, you know, if it didn't have wheels, I could also see it kind of looking like a sea spray, you know, like some type of hovercraft or whatever. But yeah, it's okay, I guess. I want to see what the finished product looks like. It doesn't look bad. It doesn't look like there's a lot of waffling and stuff like that going on. So at least from the front.
I really think this is going to be a better line than what we've been seeing. And here he is. So he's actually a pretty good sized Voyager, and he has a Matrix chamber, which makes sense if it's Prima from what I've read about him. So this looks really cool. Let us know down below if you're excited about this, what you think about it. I think it looks better than that Prime standing next to him as far as proportions and stuff go. It looks like it's a little more posable, so I'm interested.
Yeah, I can see why. I'm not moved either way.
Of course,
I'm close. I'm like more so like 60 to 65, 70% on the positive though.
Yeah, I think this is going to be a much better line. So we'll be right back after this short break with what has been just announced. All right, now let's get into what has been just announced. And the first thing is 3Zero's MDLX Coronation Starscream for $80. So this is not the same Starscream that we already saw with the Coronation stuff. This is the 3Zero's version. So this isn't the one with the big arm cannons like Cybertron.
Yes.
This is just a redeco with the cape and stuff. So it still looks good. I do like that it comes with the Megatron accessory.
Oh, I didn't even see that there.
He's holding it. In the,
yeah. Well, I'm sorry. I was focused on the first picture and didn't even look at the second picture. I was focused on the feet on the first picture. And the
of course, you were focused on the feet. The bane of this figure's existence for both.
Yeah, making me look like I'm a foot person or something like that. But yeah, the accessories look pretty good. I like that cape.
Yeah, the cape is cool.
It looks really cool. The Megatron looks cool. It looks like a well done non-transforming action figure.
Mm. Except for those hook feet.
Feet.
Next up, a New Era Cap is having some Transformers 40th anniversary hats.
Fitted hats. Okay.
Are you gonna get any?
I don't think so. They don't really stand out to me too much. Yeah, they don't. They're okay, but nothing jumps out and says, "Oh, I got to pick that one up."
Yeah. Personally, I don't like the flat hats. They hurt my head when they're just straight out. So.
A little.
Yeah, I've done that a lot and break them in, and I'm not going to do that with these. There is some with the more duckbill hat, but I wouldn't pay probably as much as they're charging.
Yeah, the Prime one, the Prime and the Megatron one doesn't do it for me. If anything, I'd get the one that just says Transformers on it, and that one doesn't really do it for me too much.
Exactly. Next up, YOLO Park is having a clear Optimus Prime, which is the Cybertron Con 2024 exclusive, which will be between the 6th and the 9th of December in Shanghai. Again, looks good. Not my cup of energon. Is the gun? Yeah, the gun is even see-through. I was going to say they should have made the gun see-through, but it is. It's just opaque. Yeah, I think this is fine, especially for an exclusive.
Yeah, it's definitely cool for an exclusive.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what I really took out of this is that I don't make enough money because I would like to go to these cons. We talk about it all the time. That's what my goal is. Let's make some money so we can go to these cons in Shanghai and stuff like that.
That would be fun. Oddly, showed off the Optimus Prime toy deco and Sunstorm. So we'll be talking about the rest of them in a little bit, but I really like the see-through Sunstorm. I think that is really cool and unique, especially with what he was in the early IDW. Oh no, Dreamwave. It was Dreamwave comics where he was like a nuclear reactor. I think that looks really cool. And the toy Optimus Prime, again, love the deco. I like the different change in the head. I think these are both really cool little alternate figures.
I really like the Sunstorm. That looks kind of cool. It looks like a kind of like a solar flare or something like that. Mm-hmm. The Prime, I don't really like the legs too much. They look like it's.
I think they added the silver canisters.
Well, it's not even so much. They just look really long, and the torso looks kind of short. It looks like the TF1 kind of build on it. It's still fine.
I think that's the picture, the pose he's in.
Okay. because the legs just look really long. But I mean, they're both fine. And again, I would be in on collecting these non-transforming figures. A, if I had the space. B, if I had the money. And C, I had everything else that I wanted that transformed.
Just pick them up. Shouldn't be that expensive.
Yeah, right.
Let's move on to something very interesting, though. So, Funbee Studios and Collectors Crafts have teamed up to give us this Megatron art.
Do you want to bring up the surprise, or we've talked about it? We actually did an interview with Collector Crafts, and go check that out when that gets posted.
That'll be posted after this video, so stay tuned.
Yes. So this looks great. I don't want to spoil anything from the interview, but this looks great. I really think that it captures what we're seeing in the Skybound comic. Yeah, I just don't want to ruin it. I'll stop there and just say it looks great.
Yeah, I think it looks great. This Prime, I don't know why. Maybe it's the angle, but the proportions look weird. But that's obviously not on the arm. I think the arm looks great. They did an amazing job on that. And I really like it still transforms. I think that is probably the key point in this whole thing. It's not just something you clip on and then you have to change out his arm or whatnot. You can have a completely new figure, which I believe some people are probably going to do.
Yes.
Looking at you.
Something that we didn't touch on in the video, so I'll go ahead and bring it up here. We did touch on part of it. This cannon, he made some alterations to the Funbee version of it. You can actually, if you like the Funbee version better, you can actually request that from him, and he can do either or.
Oh, I didn't know that. That's really cool.
Yes. I forgot to touch on that with him. So that is one thing that you can do. So this is his version. Funbee has a version, and he can do either or. So
very cool. Well, let us know what you think about this cannon arm below, and if you think Hasbro is going to release this with, a Megatron arm down the line, which I would not put it past them.
I need this in my collection.
You'll have it. Don't even. Next, we've got Toy Labs. They have some water decals for the figure we just looked at. So these look fine. What do you think?
I think they look great.
That's a lot of them.
Yes.
I just looked. Oh, for the trailer. Okay.
The trailer.
Mm-hmm.
And
the trailer doesn't have all those paints in it.
Oh, so you didn't include that picture?
I didn't have another picture on the.
Oh, okay. My fault. Yeah. So there is a ton of stickers for this.
But the retail one's all gray.
Yeah, it's all gray on the inside.
Kind of crazy. Okay, I'm not gonna go off on that, but we'll talk about how good this is. So, are you going to be picking this up?
I don't know. I'm considering it. I am considering it, and I might as well just say yes. I think I am going to pick this up.
Does it even have? It doesn't even have the things on the side. The trailer, the blue. The blue and white stripe.
The blue and white stripe. It does have.
I don't remember, honestly.
I thought I had. Did I?
I'm asking you questions you don't have the answers to.
Yeah, I had the trailer in here, and yeah, it has something. It doesn't have the blue stripes. I don't believe it has the blue stripes.
It's just white.
I think it has the gray or something like that. But now you have me wanting to look it up. It's bad. I didn't even pay attention to it. But either way, the stickers make it look so much better. And the thing is, with these aren't just normal stickers. These are water slides, so it does take a little bit more of attention than just peeling it and putting it on. So if you've never used water slides, I like water slides a lot. but this is a lot to do with water slides.
Yeah, it does. It will make the figure look better.
Yeah.
Next up, we have more decals. I don't know if these are stickers or water slides. It just says decals. But this is from Metal Planet Displays. You can go ahead and find them on Facebook. $5 mailed in the continental U.S. with $2 extra to Canada or Europe. I think these look really good, but I think those legs are going to look really strange in combined mode because they already look weird in combined mode because they're separate. And now you're separating it and then into even more parts. But this looks fine.
Oops. Yeah, I can kind of see where that would look really weird. Initially, I saw this and I was thinking about just the windshield. I think the windshield looks really good. I think, and those options. Of course, the Decepticon sign. Also, I was looking at the sticker for the arm. You know, that's, I just don't remember what the tune looked like. So the price of these is not expensive at all. So that makes it attractive. I just don't know about the legs, like you said, and then seeing it in combined mode. I'd want to see that. And then on top of that, I want to see then some matching stickers for Brawl and some of the others, because otherwise this would look weird in combined mode.
True. So let us know your thoughts below. And next, let's go on to GCreations GDW 01. And I guess this is they call it Meteorite 2024 Value Edition. So they re-engineered it so it doesn't have any die cast in it, but they redid some of the joints and stuff so it transforms easier and not as bad as it previously was. And we got, this is IDW Optimus, if you didn't know. And it's Optimus, Nemesis Prime, and Eva. What do you think of these bot modes?
They look interesting. They look like spacemen, kind of, you know, like, and I know that's like a cartoon,
like alien robots that they're supposed to look like
space robots, but not Transformers,
you know, Gundams,
like Gundams and other cartoons or other anime that have a former. To me, that's the first thing I thought about, like the pointy antlers on antennas on the head.
He's always had that.
Yeah, but these are like really pointy, and they're like kind of poking out a little bit to the side. At least on these images, they kind of like, instead of going straight up, you know, about here.
I get what you're saying. I understand, but this is pretty darn accurate to what he looked like in the comics.
I never read the comics, so I'm not, and that's fine. It's not bashing it or anything. That's when I first saw that. That's what I thought of, was just like, oh, look at these spacemen, you know. But I think they look good.
Which one are you gonna pick up? All of them, huh?
I don't know. I saw these and I needed to phone a friend. You know, like, what's the price of them? One, were they any good? Two, I didn't know about, you know, what you just shared about them taking out the die cast, and you know,
it needed the die cast to be taken out. So personally, I have the Nemesis, the original Nemesis version.
Okay.
Didn't transform it. Never had the time. But the joints are a little wobbly and stuff, so the fact that they redid that is great. It holds together really well, though. I guess the joints aren't wobbly. The transformation joints in the chest, there's a lot of them. And if they're not all clipped in, it gets a little weird. But I really like it. I think he looks great, which is why I think, depending on the price, because this is the value edition, so I'm hoping for like $90. You know, 90 to 110, somewhere in that range. I know you'll buy all three of them, but I want that Eva. I think it looks great. I don't have an Eva edition in my collection, and I think this could be it. I love all the different greens. Just draw a Joker smile on it, and it could be Joker Optimus Prime. And what really sold me on this is the alt mode, though. All of that detail, especially on the Eva one, because there's different colors. There's the orange and the blacks in there, and it's not all one like on the Prime. I love that. So I might be in on that. I just need to see the price. So, but again, value edition makes me think 90 to 110. So I would probably be in at that point price.
All right, so I guess I took a page out of your book. I was thinking like $60.
Why do you think they'd be 60? These things are like 11 inches tall.
I had no idea. I don't know what the originals cost. So
you got the Voyager SND one. That was more expensive than that.
I don't know. I was just. This is exactly the how you're questioning me is the same way I question you when you throw up the prices. You're like $20. I get it. Like no.
Well, that's not me actually thinking it's going to be $20.
Yeah, I had no idea what these cost.
No, I think it was like 140.
Okay. So yeah, then yeah. I mean, I can see why you said $90, but yeah, I had no idea.
You'd buy all three of them if they were 140. Don't even lie. Don't even lie. You don't lie. Don't you lie.
I'm not gonna say I would, and I'm not gonna say I wouldn't. I'd probably get one and then see if I liked it.
You get one and then you'd say, "Oh, this thing ain't half bad. Let me go buy the rest of them."
So that's I like the alt mode. I like the bumper. I like how the gray breaks up at the bottom. I think that's really cool. And I think, as you said, the details on the side look really, really good. I was wondering if you were going to get the Nemesis because of all the teal that's on there. I thought they hit home with that.
Well, I have the Nemesis.
Well, before we talked, I didn't know you had it or if you had it or not. So I was wondering if you were going to end up picking that up. I actually think both look better than the Prime. I think the Prime version is the worst looking one.
I think it's the blue. The blue's a little dull.
Maybe that's it.
Yeah.
But I think the others, they just really pop. So, yeah, I'm probably going to be looking at picking up. Come on, be $60.
At 60, I ain't gonna be complaining. I'll tell you that much. So, let us know how much you think this is gonna be, and we'll be right back with the updates. Let's get into some updates. Firstly, we have the Studio Series 116 Deluxe Bumblebee via the official Hasbro China Weibo account. Alt mode looks good. I do see different yellows in there, which I don't like. I know yellow is a hard color to match, but like, come on, Hasbro. The main character that you try to sell to people is yellow. Figure it out. But it looks fine. What do you think about this alt mode?
I was looking through the front windshield and I'm like, what are those clear things in there?
Those are his eyeballs, the eye stalks.
Seriously?
No.
Like that kind of threw me off. I'm like, what's going on there? So I don't like that aspect of it. I didn't even notice the different colors of yellows, but now you pointed out.
And now that you notice the window, you talked about the windows. I don't like the gray painted window on the back.
In the back, yeah.
Either do them all gray or do them all see-through, and figure it out. One of the two.
So this is the Bumblebee movie version, because
I believe so.
Because the Bumblebee version was dusty and kind of at the back of not a junkyard, but like wasn't that like a port or something like that? Like
I have no clue.
It was somewhere. But
yeah, it is the Bumblebee movie version.
Yeah, so
and
that's
I think
fine.
This really shows the different yellows. If you look, it's fine. I don't have much else to say.
I'm okay with the different yellows because it was supposed to be like an old, kind of beat up, rundown car that she had to fix up. So I'm okay with the different yellows on this one.
Well, I'll let you think that's okay.
Not picking it up though, but
well, yeah, definitely not. Next, we have the oddly action figure. So we already looked at the exclusives, or not exclusives, the different recolors. So these are the main ones. Again, they all look really good, but I wouldn't pick them up. They're 5 inches tall. For somebody like you, who's like a Optimus collector, I could see you picking up Optimus. Just like if they did Cryotech, I would be picking that up. So I think you should go ahead and pick up that Optimus.
He's always trying to throw something in my shelf. I think these all, as you said, they all look great. I don't see picking them up.
Yeah.
But they look
Depends
great.
on the price too. I don't know the price on these.
Yeah, just because
if these are like $8.99, yeah, sure, I'd pick up the Soundwave if I saw it in like Target or something like that.
Yeah, the size makes it kind of hard, but yeah, I mean, I don't want to, because I have a Prime case, I don't want to just throw anything Prime in there, because there might be something actually I want to go in there, and I have this taking up its space.
Yeah, just get it. You can move it if you find something else. Next, Prime vs. Prime showed off Legacy Armada Wheeljack. Not much to say. I didn't watch the video. Disclaimers. I just looked at the pictures. It looks like a good figure. Don't know why it doesn't have a mini-con, because they already made a mini-con for this, besides cheapness, or they expect to put it out later. It's kind of ridiculous. I will wait, though, until, 2031, when Fans Hobby makes their Armada Wheeljack.
Yeah, I'm skipping on this. It looks fine. The head sculpt looks really good.
We have the head sculpt. We already have this figure, just in Shattered Glass.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Everything, it looks good, as a figure, but we don't need it. So
yeah, I think the Shattered Glass one looks better.
Yeah, I think this looks good too.
It does. Yeah. Next up, we have the 3-0 DLX Revenge of the Fallen Nemesis Prime. You can go pre-order it now. It's $230. They do show it with the Jetwing pack, which I thought was included. It is not included. It just can combine with the one that they already released. This looks fine. I think it looks weird for Nemesis. I don't know. It looks dull. It doesn't look like that dark black that I want out of my Nemesis Primes. But this is okay.
Yeah, there's a lot of teal on it for you, but yeah, it
doesn't have that black punch that Nemesis should have.
Yeah.
It looks muted. I don't know.
It's fine.
Yeah, exactly. And I think the window should be red on his chest. I think that's also what it's missing. Now there's not enough red. They can't win. Next up, we have Killer Body's 40th anniversary G1 Prime wearable helmet. They showed off some new things, so it's magnetic to click everything on. And there's some really interesting details in here.
I said the same thing. There's a lot of details. That looks great. I like seeing the gears around the ears. That's kind of cool. This is a really nice design.
He's gonna get it.
I don't. Hats are one thing. I'm not trying to. I don't even know where I would put this at. Literally,
you have an Optimus shelf. Just get it.
Yeah, that's not going to happen.
Moving on, Funby Studios showed off that they're doing a fully colored diagnostic drone. So they're doing multicolored. I'm assuming these are fins. I don't know what the diagnostic drone looks like. I think it's from Armada, if I'm not mistaken.
Beast War. Those Beast Machines or something.
Could have been that too. All I saw is the fin, and the fin, you could tell me this is from a G.I. Joe, and I'd be like, that's right. That's from the G.I. Joe. But looks great, though, with the dual molded colors. They did a good job on it.
Yeah, I'll wait till I see the finished product.
Here is the finished product for D16's keg, or his jackhammer, because it looks like he's about to do a keg stand off of this. But Funby Studios did an amazing job. It's not for me. I didn't get the... Well, it's kind of weird, because this doesn't really go with the Studio Series, because that's when he's Megatron. They need to make a Studio Series Transformers 1 D16 for this to really go with.
Yeah,
But then I guess it wouldn't transform, so I don't know.
It's fine for display purposes and things like that. We didn't pick up any of the TF1 figures, so
I don't think we picked up any of them.
No,
I got the bot shots, or my wife did, technically.
Okay.
So
yeah, that's when you were here.
Reminds me of the Scream canisters from Monsters Inc.
Yeah,
the screen meter on the side.
Yeah.
That's what this. I was thinking, what does this remind me of? And that's what it is. It finally hit me.
Yeah. it's cool. I definitely understand getting things to represent, accessories from either a movie or a show or whatever. I am definitely guilty of it, but I just didn't pick up any of these figures, so it's a pass for me.
Same. Next, we've got DNA Designs Animated Motormaster with an additional upgrade kit bonus, which is a Menasor head. I hope you'll be getting this because I think this looks kind of cool. As playing an homage to when he combines into Menasor.
Yeah, there was some other details in there. So we are getting the bonus. So I should be getting the bonus. I did pre-order this, but it's going to be delayed.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, and there was some. I guess there's some issues with it not coming out the way they wanted it to come out.
Oh, the bonus or this kit?
The kit.
Oh wow! Okay.
So, I don't know. I'm hoping it's something that they're gonna fix, and then that's why it's taking longer. And they threw this head in, because of that. But either way, I really appreciate DNA for what they do, and they listen to fans. They throw in extra stuff, and we talked about it last episode. The sword came for China orders, and so now we're getting this head. That's kind of cool.
Yeah, I agree. That is pretty cool. Next up, we have Mini Ferocity by Laser Cat Toys, and it still looks very, very nice. So I think I'm back in on this. When we saw it colored, I was kind of but I do think I'm back in. I like all the colors and stuff. And they did a great job.
I just noticed that sword, and that sword looks amazing.
You just noticed that? We talked about it before. You must just remembered.
Yeah, these gray hairs are popping up faster and faster. Yeah, it looks really cool, and I love the way he's holding it.
Yeah, I just wish it was gold.
Maybe that's what it was, and I just didn't pay attention. But yeah, it looks great. I'm in on this.
Yeah, and they look amazing.
They're so
in
cute.
Their little chibi animal modes, very cute.
So cute.
I love them. And in bot mode as well. I love that they have the sixth member in there. I think this is really cool. I'll be happy to pick them up. What?
Pee-wee. The sixth member, Pee-wee.
There you go, Pee-wee. Oh, I thought it was Thorilla in another life. But I think these look great together.
Yeah, they do. And I like how the weapons store in the alt modes as well. See the guns on the back?
That's really cool. Yeah. I don't know where the swords are.
Yeah.
Because do they have swords? Oh, they don't have swords. Okay, yeah, that's pretty cool though. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And again, looks very poseable. You really like that sword. I still hope that it's painted. Not just flat black plastic, but I guess time will tell.
Yeah.
Next up, we've got Rising Force Coyote.
That looks good. It looks really good.
Uh-oh.
No.
I think we need a Legends Menasor.
No, not gonna happen. It could be. I'm also biased. Lamborghinis are my, favorite car as a kid. So I love.
Just buy this one.
No.
You don't need to buy the whole set.
Nope. Nope. If you're not gonna do it all the way, don't do it at all. Nope.
Just do it.
Nope.
Let them know down below why you should get these. You will be getting a different Menasor because it does have 2 extra members.
Somebody has already said that this is a terrible set.
Oh, really?
And somebody in the comments a couple weeks ago said that they wanted to offload their set even at a loss. That's how bad it was.
Buy it from them then, Bobby.
I'm not gonna buy crap knowing it's crap, and
you probably have worse in your collection right now somewhere.
Yeah, but I mean, nobody told me.
Let's keep it going. Maybe this is going to be bad too because it is a KO. We got Phantom Toys Purple Commander PT01. I didn't remember if the normal version came out, but this looks fine. The purples look different, but I think that might be the Digibash versus the real one, because the real actual in-hand samples, that purple looks really, really nice.
Yes. and we like the cape on it as well. That was kind of cool. Yeah, it's cute. I'm not picking it up, but it's cute.
Just pick it up. It's KO. It'll be like $20.
No, I'm not gonna.
You don't got nothing to lose. You need to picking this up too, as well as the New Age Megatron. I don't remember the third party name, because I think you like how this looks.
I like the alt mode. I do like the alt mode. That's as far as it's gonna go. That bot mode is terrible.
You need it for the representation of Age of Extinction on your shelf.
Yeah, I don't even know. That's how bad I thought the movies were. I don't even know what movie it came from.
I think this looks great. Painted amazingly. Looks like it does in the movie. Bot mode's not my favorite, but they did an amazing job painting this thing.
Yeah, alt mode looks amazing. I did think about it.
Yeah, just do it. Next, we've got MPH Studios. They look good.
They do. They're dropping figures really fast too.
I mean, look at the Ironhide and Ratchet in full color.
Yeah. I mean, I have the Beachcomber and the Prime,
but that's all that's came out. Oh,
yeah.
And I think the Warpath is coming out. I don't think it came out yet, but there's a lot of Warpaths coming out too.
There it is.
But they all of these look very good, and it'd be cool to kind of supplement Dr. Wu with these.
Yeah, go ahead and get that small reflector.
Oh, I already have a small reflector in my collection, so I'm good. But I think you need this, which is the ginormous Lewin Resources Steel Fortress. It's currently in production, and they're getting closer and closer. So I hope you're ready.
I'm not. I'm not ready. No moss. Slow down. Like, you're moving too fast. I mean, I have so many like little pop culture sayings that I could use from this. I don't want this right now. I do want to know what the price is, though. You know, I've heard different people say all types of different things. You know, somebody mentioned that it was the shipping that was $1,000 and or $800 because of the size and stuff like that. And for me, it's if it's $1,800, it's $1,800 all in. If it's $1,200, it's $1,200 all in. I don't want to hear it's $1,200 and then shipping is going to make it this. No, I don't. Cancel my order.
Yeah, just incorporate shipping into that.
Yeah.
I do think it's coming along very nicely. I am interested in the price, so please let us know down in the comments what you think the price on this will be.
I'll tell you what it should be. Lower than what it is. Than the numbers.
I agree with you there. But we're going to take a quick break and then finish this off with what's incoming and recently released. Now let's talk about what's incoming. The first thing I think Bobby needs to get, because he is a King Toys fanboy. But we will go through this pretty quick. And we've got Yandi. I think we might have seen these pictures already, but I think this is right up Bobby's alley. It's very cool and interesting. It has some cool weapons and stuff. Sure, it doesn't transform, but I think Bobby needs to pick this up.
The only thing that we have in common is our colors right now.
Let's get into some fantastic model Marg, which whenever I read that, I think of Marge from Simpsons. And that's all I think about. So, they're already putting them together. And Soundwave Superior on Facebook says that there's going to be pieces to switch out the clear chest windows, I guess. They're not his picks. Don't know whose picks they are. But it's good to see that there's options. Yeah.
So, and the way he put it, though, the option for eliminating the transparent windows, like...
Throw them out.
Yeah. So that's cool. You got options. I like that.
And I think it was Bomboosby had some good pics of this. So here he is with like the half and half head, which does look pretty cool. I do like that.
Well, you can see the transparent windows too.
You can.
I will definitely.
That looks weird. I never noticed that.
I will definitely be swapping them out.
I would swap them out too, because he's not supposed to have transparent windows through the... They're all fantastic models, aka FansToys, is on some... What did you call it? Booger sugar. while they were designing this figure. He's also not that big. Compared to the, what's it called? The
Scrapper.
Scrapper, which, stay tuned, we will have a comparison with Scrapper with a few other Devastators at the end of this, but he's really not that big.
I was hoping that it's the stance,
because I feel like he should be like significantly taller.
Yeah, I do too.
Like the inner bot should be the same size.
Yes.
As Scrapper, and then with the armor, he should even be bigger.
Yes. Now I do know people thought Scrapper was too big. Some people thought he was too big. Some people thought he was fine. So I do want to see him in hand, see him standing straight up next to each other, and then go from there.
Yeah. Here's the inner bot with the crotch does look better in these pictures. And the alt mode looks okay too. I don't like that piece on the side of the alt mode that's like red but painted blue on one side. It looks like something Hasbro would do. With the red hinges and stuff right at the front of the trailer.
Oh yeah. It's red.
It looks unfinished.
Yeah. I don't like the part that's actually leaning up against the cab, which are like the trailer thing, ladders or whatever they're called. I don't like the way those look. They could be accurate. I just never noticed them on a truck before.
Yeah. And
the cab looks
like
great.
It took them about an hour to transform this thing. Looking at the times on the...
Oh.
So, be prepared, Bobby.
Yeah. I'm still gonna do it. I'm ready for it.
Well, yeah, you're gonna do it. They could literally have a transforming piece of poo and you probably pick it up. Let's go. Move on. I'm not even gonna say this guy's name because we'll probably laugh right now. Insert us. And we have, this is by a Weibo user. It looks fine. I still don't like how elevated the head is. It looks kind of strange. But other than that, it looks okay. It doesn't really blow me away, though.
It doesn't blow me away either. I think this is the worst figure that we've seen of all five. I like the colors. I like the gold. But I think this is probably the worst looking to me. It looks pretty accurate though, but Groove was also probably my least favorite of the Protectobots as well. So yeah.
I mean, he can pose very well, which is why I put this particular picture in, because I haven't seen him in any of those type of poses. But there he is, combined as a leg. His feet are really tiny. But I'm going to talk about Groove really quick. Looks great in leg mode. Compresses very well, and I do like it. Now let's talk about the combine mode, or the combiner itself. What is going on with this hotspot? Why are the thighs so long? Why is the torso so short and squat? The proportions look horrible, and the feet are like this big on this guy. This is one of the worst looking combiners, I think, modern day third-party combiners that's out there. The proportions are all off, and it's because of that hotspot.
Yeah, I'm not loving this. I'll put him in combine mode just to see, again, have it in hand, see what it looks like to me.
And it could be mistransformed as well.
Yeah, you never know. But I think these guys are gonna probably live in alt mode. I think the alt modes look great. I really liked First Aid and Streetwise. They look really, really good in alt mode and bot mode, and I was having a hard time deciding, but I think this is making it easier for me.
Yeah, the proportions are all off on that. It's like the black part on the thighs is supposed to be the hip guards.
Mm-hmm.
But it doesn't look like that. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Let us know what you think of this combiner in general.
Yeah, he looks great as a leg, though.
Yeah. No, the figure we're talking about in question looks great. But
Yep.
we never, both of us didn't really like the hotspot at all. Well,
No.
a little bit, but we didn't think it was a very good hotspot. And
The alt mode is amazing. The alt mode is beautiful.
on all of these figures, like you said, amazing alt modes. It kind of feels like they did the alt mode first and then went out from there. Because the Groove, amazing alt mode. Like, very accurate, so cool. Different scale, but that's here nor there. Yeah, exactly. But other than that, it looks great. Moving on to KFC's P14 Raijin, and this is via Ming Motion. So you can see he's a little bit taller. So this is going to be so much larger than the Hasbro or Takara version. Because I think the Takara one in combined mode is only slightly taller than that MP10. I think it's like 2 inches. It's probably the same size as this Ginrai.
Yeah. I think this is going to be my choice. I know I said I was going to wait on the sale.
I could see you canceling your Takara pre-orders, honestly.
I'm
maybe getting number 100 just to have that one because of nostalgia, but I don't see you getting the rest of it.
Yeah, this is looking better. Again, I need to see the Takara again. I need to, but the size is a big thing for me on this in particular, and I already have the trailer. I saw the transformation of this. It didn't look bad. Came together well. It actually had another option for the top, I guess, that you can swap out as well, which I really like because that top was kind of flimsy. So I'm hoping it corrects that. But yeah, this just looks better, I think.
I agree, and here it is in like trailer mode, I guess. Base mode. There you go.
Base mode.
And I do think it looks good.
Yeah. I still like those windows, man. Those windows on the front of the chest. That looks really cool. So yeah, I think this is gonna be. I think I'm gonna go ahead and pick it up.
I don't blame you. All right, now let's get into the Devastator Wars, which we will be doing a full video on this soon. So stay tuned. But here we have Dreamstar, which is to be released soon, and we have some comparisons. So first we have them with FansToys Scrapper. I think Scavenger, Scrapper, right? I was right. And I think these are both Scrapper. It's hard to tell with the Dreamstar, with the Dreamstar toys. And first of all, I love the color difference. Second of all, with how big the leg is, this is going to be only like a 14-inch combiner.
I don't think so.
You don't? Okay. Because I'm looking at how tall the one is. Oh, but that has the thigh too, doesn't it?
Remember, there's 6 spots. There's 6 spots on this. So.
Well, there's 6 spots on both of them.
No. Well, yeah, but you're right on the thigh. Well, the reason I mentioned that is like I think this is going to scale with the aerial bots, and so. So,
but does the FansToys one have the thigh on it?
Yes.
Okay, so I can see it being the same size then. Yeah. Never mind. I thought that was where the knee was.
No.
Okay, never mind. Then maybe it's not, but it's still. I don't like the combined mode on this.
Yeah. Well, what got me is how big he is in bot mode. He's like because as I just stated, the FansToys figure was big, so he's bigger than.
He was really that big.
Yeah.
Let me go to the next. He's not that big. Because this may be a little bit of a hint, but I might have gotten one of these figures, and I don't think he's that big.
When you stand him, and I guess when I say that is he's bulky, big. Not counting the backpack, but he's also kind of bulky and solid. So, he's a hefty bot. So, seeing that the Dreamstar is taller than him makes me like, wow, okay, he's going to be probably taller than, or the same size as Megatron or taller, possibly.
Yeah, I could see that. Yeah.
So I think I'm with you. The colors look great. I see that the purple is a little bit closer to the FansToys than I thought it was initially. But the green is definitely different. And I also really like how each one of these are different. They all three look different. Yes.
All four.
Well, oh yeah.
Isn't that
Toy
Data
World.
Toys, right? Or Toy World?
That's Toy World.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's really cool. You're the choices, and there's still some more to come.
Yeah, I mean, I know this is making you happy because you could literally get every single Devastator, and they can all look different.
It's not necessarily making me happy, but yes.
I think these are all Scrapper, too.
Yes, they're all Scrapper.
Yeah. So, yeah, I think they look good. Stay tuned for more info on these soon.
Yeah.
Now let's get into what's recently released. All for you, we've got Blockies, Galaxy version. I think these have came out. And this is via Ang96 on Weibo. And I think you need to pick these up. You have nothing like them in your collection.
Stop!
They look cool.
They do. No, I can't.
You already have an Optimus shelf. You want to start a Megatron shelf. Here's your start.
I didn't say I want to. I said it might happen. No.
Might happen with this figure.
No. God, these dudes look good. These look really good.
They do. The finish, I think the finish on Prime looks so much better than the finish on Megatron, though. Yeah, that shiny blue. And I think Megatron should have had it with his gray, silver, or even the black cannon. I think that would have really brought him together.
Yeah, the shiny on Prime looks really good. It almost looks like, somebody's shining the light off of him, like the light reflecting off of him. It looks really good.
And maybe it's an exclusive version. I didn't see that, but I do think they look good.
Gosh, yes.
Pick them up. Stay tuned for when he shows it off on his haul. Next, we have Tim Hedda kit for Power of the Primes or War for Cybertron Rodimus. It's about $11.99. You can pick it up. It does, in my opinion, does not work with Kingdom Rodimus. That is way too big, but it does look kind of good with the Power of the Primes one, which I do like the Power of the Primes Rodimus.
Really?
Well, I had it as Rodimus Unicronus.
Okay.
And I liked that mold. I thought it was a lot of fun to mess with. To transform it and put, I don't know if you had it.
I have
but to put it in and out and transform it and all that stuff. And the little robot was really good. The combined mode was good besides the shoulders, but that's okay. I think it was a great figure. But didn't it come with a gun that was practically this big already? But
yeah, I think
This looks fine. I wouldn't pay for it, but I think it looks fine.
Yeah, I always find it interesting when they release these weapons for figures that are so old, and it almost brings the figure back to the present. Yeah.
And these are both, I think, good figures. I don't remember Kingdom Rodimus. I don't have it. But I remember thinking it was overpriced.
Of course you did.
Of course I did. Always, right? Next, we've got Transformer Rollouts, Commander of the Stars via Victory Saber of TFW. This could have came out a while ago. I didn't know that it just came out, but I do think it looks a lot better. So if you look, there's the old version 1 on the right-hand side. On the left-hand side is the new one. A lot more different paints. It's very shiny. The combined mode looks great. Hopefully they fix the QC issues because this thing was breaking on everybody. I just want the Power Links. I don't know what they called it. The second repaint where all the blue was black. Just to give them a little bit of a different color scheme because I think that looked cool. I think this is pretty cool though. I'd love to see Fans Hobby's rendition of this though. I think they could do this very cool.
This is, and help me because I'm old. Isn't this the one we saw at the Chosen Prime booth at TFCon that I was thinking about picking up, or was that a different version?
I don't think that was this one.
Okay.
I've never seen this one in person.
Okay. There was one that was at the Chosen Prime that I almost grabbed, and I ended up not getting it.
No, you're thinking of the Star Convoy.
That's what it was. Okay.
By MMC. Yeah.
That's what it was. Okay. This looks fine. I don't have a Prime that looks like this, and so that's why I was actually kind of considering it. But when you said QC issues, that's what made me think about the one at the Chosen Prime.
Yeah, that one had problems with the knee mechanism. This one had fingers ripping off, and his arm fell off, and he was a mess. Like, if you got it, it would come as a pile of dust with your luck.
Yeah, with my luck.
But yeah, it looks good. Let us know if you have this below.
Ooh, lights in the gun.
Yep. There you go. It's bought for Bobby. Lastly, we have Craftsman Toys Tactilord Combiner via a Baidu user. So this is out. The price is right, $36.99. I think that is great for this. So I'll probably be in on just the strafe because, like I said in the previous episodes, that's the only one I had in the G1 version. That's the only one I really care for, and it'd be cool to have them side by side. I know you're in for all of these, but I think you might not have decided to pick it up after Bingo Toys. So are you still picking this up?
Yeah. Right now, Computron, I would almost start a Computron shelf because I've wanted Computron so bad. Not going to happen, but yes, I'm
like
in.
You'd have as many Omega Supremes if you could have Computron.
That was such a that was not planned at all. Not planned at all. That's what got me into Legends. Jeez. That is exactly what got me into Legends. But this looks good. We've talked about it ad nauseum. This looks really good. Can't wait to get it. Love the colors. Love the bot mode. Love the alt mode. Combine mode looks great too. So yes. Okay.
Well, let us know if you are getting this below. I know we have quite a few different fans that are picking this up and members as well. Yeah. So that is everything we have for you today. So I hope you guys liked it. If you watched it this long, you must have liked it at least a little bit. So go ahead and hit that like button. Subscribe if you haven't already. Do all that other YouTube stuff. Let us know how many of these things Bobby needs to buy, because I think there's a few of them. I think there's quite a few that he needs to add to his collection, and we will see you guys in the next one.
James too. Like, don't just put it on me.
Yeah. It's more fun when you buy it.
Members, remember, we'll see you guys on Sunday at 4 p.m.
Pacific time, 7 p.m. Eastern time.
Yeah, that stuff. And let's have a party. If you're not a member yet, go ahead and join. Check out the tiers and join us on Sunday for the live right before holidays. Who knows what we'll talk about?
See you soon.
Yeah. To all debates are won. See you next time.